know. You never know.
Hey folks, Dave Olney here with You Never Know. This, hot off the presses. What happened? The Olympics continue. You know, I watch the Olympics and I see downhill skiing races. You know, death-defying. They're going really fast. The slalom. Well, you know, big leaps, whatever. Across the finish line. And it's pretty exciting the first time around. Then they show the guy from, you know, Norway. Over the finish line. Okay, I just saw that. And then they get the guy from Sweden. Wipe out. Okay, that's pretty exciting, but basically it looked like the other two. What I'm saying is, no matter how exciting it is, there's a sameness to it, watching one run after another. And so then it switches to curling, which is looked at in one way as the most bogus. How can you call this a sport? On the other hand, as you get older and a little more mature, you do appreciate a sport that doesn't interfere with your beer drinking while you're playing it. I mean, they shove this rock down the ice and they sweep around it. That's basically shuffleboard. But it's different, the strategy and all that stuff. So it ends up that curling is 10 times more exciting to watch than the downhill slalom. And that's your Dave Olney report on the Olympics 2018. Back to you, Jed. Okay. Just back from Kansas City, where I stayed. Dan and I stayed at the 816 Experience Hotel. It's a very cool place in Kansas City. And if you go to Kansas City, stay there. It's just a nice place. Nothing hugely exciting. It's just a good place. Across the parking lot you can get a great hamburger, but you gotta pay in cash. They don't take cards. You know, you gotta, I don't know, that kind of eccentricity, you know, makes me proud. Okay, background in Osage Beach, Missouri, which that was a great gig. I don't know what else to say except that really lovely people. I got in just great conversation with some folks afterwards, and I don't know. It wasn't like a fireworks going off or anything like that. It was kind of, I thought about it, it's kind of emblematic of a lot of gigs I play. They're small, they're different. This place sold wood stoves. I mean, there's stoves all around me going. And, you know, you think, how can this possibly work? But people show up, they set up the chairs and you play, and they're hardcore fans, and they were really, really nice people to play for. And yeah, it made me feel good. I really appreciate the work they put in there. Sonnets on Wood now available at the Art and Invention Gallery in 5 Points, East Nashville. I got to go by and see if I've sold any of these things. And I hope, you know, but I mean, I'm just really proud that those things are in there. So if you're in Nashville, go by and look at them. Oh my God! Or no, look at them and, you know, whatever. This week, February 21st, Bluebird Café in Nashville, Tennessee, with Abbie, Gardner, Irene, Kelley, and Claire Lynch. Yeah, okay. March 3rd. Gig at the 5 Spot in Nashville, and that's with the band. I got to get together with them. That'll be fun. It's always fun at the 5 Spot. Later in March, South on Main in Little Rock, Thacker Mountain Radio Hour in Oxford, Mississippi, Not So South by Southwest and More in Austin, Anderson Fair in Houston. That's like a legendary place. And the Frog Pond in Silver Hill, Alabama, a soon-to-be legendary place. Check it all out on davidolney.com. Let me see. I can't remember if you've seen this poster. Yeah, I used it for the gig that fell through at Silver Hill.
Altamont.
In North Carolina. Not okay. All right. Anyway, There's the poster. Mark Gherkin poster. American Genius, Mark Gherkin. Okay, so while I got it on my mind, Alfred Hitchcock. You know, you talk to people about movies and they go, yeah, Alfred Hitchcock, oh, what a genius. I watched Vertigo last night, and possibly that's the stupidest movie I've ever seen. You know, other than Kim Novak looking just, woo, hello. It just, the movie doesn't make any sense, and it was just incredibly stupid. And so, Alfred Hitchcock, take a walk! There you are, the Dave Olney review. And who am I to like criticize other people? I don't know, it just feels good. And I'm sure there's someone out there criticizing me, and I hope that they feel really good just before the piano falls out of the 4th floor and lands on their head. Okay, so I've been doing songs from Deeper Well, not the, you know, sort of better known ones. I've done Deeper Well or Jerusalem Tomorrow. But there's other songs on that CD that are, I think, are really good. And this is called If Love Was Illegal. If love was illegal, you would be public enemy #1. Be the most wanted, be the most haunted, living your life on the run. I'll be your friend and I won't turn you in, and I won't tell them all what you've done. If love is your business and business your pleasure, I wish that the pleasure was mine. Don't ask for money, I ain't got any. All I can spare is my time. Time is worth killing if you say you're willing. I don't care if killing's a crime. Now beggars ain't choosers, the street's full of losers who do what they do to get by. They can be bought, babe, they'll get you caught, babe, they'll lead you on with their lies. They can't be trusted, they'll get your heart busted, they'll sell you out on the slide. If love was illegal, you would be public enemy #1. Be the most wanted, be the most haunted, living your life on the run. if love was illegal, when I first came to Nashville and I was trying to, I'd written a couple of songs, but I didn't really know how to do it. I just know I knew I wanted to do it more than I could do it. And I don't know, I just got to thinking in a certain way, and I walked everywhere. That was the other thing. I didn't have a car at that time. And I would just make up these sort of goofy things in my head. It was a way, it was just to kind of play with words in my head. And I remember one of them was, art turned to business and business turned to crime. Now it's 2 weeks in the workhouse for trying to kill time. Which doesn't make a literal sense or anything, but it's kind of fun. And I would make up other things like that. And if love was illegal, you would be public enemy number one was one of the things that kind of popped in my head as I was walking around. And it's a way to not impose your will on the song. You just kind of bump into a kind of cool line and kind of let it go where it wants to go without forcing yourself onto the song, which goes on. There's just too much of it going on of people wanting you to hear their personal experience about getting up in the morning or something. So anyway, that's where that song came from. And I don't know. It just always, I love doing that song. I don't know why. We used to do it a whole lot in the X-rays, and then I got out of the habit of doing it and wrote some other songs. And anyway, I'm glad I did it today. I'm glad you heard it. And there's Deeper Well, and there's me in the back. And I hope you're doing okay. And weather is broken here in Nashville. It's absolutely decent weather. Go out and take a walk. Take a walk, Hitchcock. See you next week.
You never know. You never know.